All right, guys, let's get into this one. We're going to be talking through our hooker position and also our halves. So we'll go through all the options in each of those positions, just to help out with all those comments that I'm getting on the YouTube there. So here we are, hooker position. In my team, I think Brayley is definitely a must-have. He's going to be someone who's playing in round 13. So I've popped that up here, the round 13 games, and these are all the buys there. So Knights play in that one. Brayley won't be playing Origin. He is a must-have and scoring incredibly. Up to 772k. Awesome work from him. Simpkin, I also think, is pretty close to a must-have. They also play in the round 13 bye. So a very important one to have in your squad there. I think Little, will he get his spot back? Don't think so, unless there's an injury. Not with how he played. And you know, his service at dummy half was great. He held his own in defense. He's only going to get better in attack. He's been attacking really well in the Reggie. So happy with him there. In terms of my starter in Turpin, I think it's a bit of an issue at the moment with Levi coming back in. He's a hold for this stage for the next few weeks, but I think you're going to be moving him on at some point. And they do have they play. Oh no, that sucks. They play around 13. I'd prefer for him to be playing the full 80, but he could be a hold until the round 13 and move him on. But that's a long time away. Anyway, we'll have to work that out as we come along to it. In terms of our right-hand side, Reed Mane, I think it will be a must-have or close to it across the bye period. Only missing the one game. Shouldn't be playing Origin. Shouldn't. But he's playing really well and probably deserves a chance if he gets a chance maybe off the bench, for example, for the Queensland lads. But for him, if not, he's playing round 13. You got to get him in. Cook, I think, is a hold until then, and if he continues to score around that 55 to 58 point mark, then he may be someone you can move on over the Origin period. And then if he kicks back into gear after that, you can pick him back up. Harry Grant, I think at this stage, if he's still coming off the bench, I think you can hold off until after the Origin period and then pick him up then. But McCulloch, Brayley, and Mane are three options in the hooker position with Simpkin there. So you can almost run, I'd say, 3 to 4 of these guys. With McCulloch averaging 62, he's playing in that 13. You got to have him in the squad. The rest of the guys in here, Egan, I'd be holding on for a little bit longer, and then you can move on. They don't play it, do they? Warriors. I'll have this down pat soon. Yeah, Warriors don't play around 13, so he'll be moved on soon. Croker, still making a bit of cash, averaging 39, so be happy with that for Croak. So you can trade him on very soon. What do Manly playing? No, Manly are going to buy. So Croak will be moved on, but that's about all in the hooker position, guys. Sam Varels actually is another one at 246. Roosters, they do not play either. So for him, it'd be like, he's coming off an injury, won't get the 80 minutes at this stage. Is he going to make a lot of cash in the next 6 weeks? Probably can. He's a very good player. How's his confidence going to be? I think you wait for this week, and then if he does really well, you can pick him up next week, make some good cash for you until round 13, and then move him on. Or if he continues to play amazing, you can hold him and make plenty of cash, because he has the pedigree to be able to do it, right? Varels. Sam Varels. Is that his name? There it is. Why did that not come up? Sam Varels, 246. So if you look back at some of his scores, so when he's got some decent minutes in hooker, he's got a 40, a 44, a 60, a 68, and a 44. So you take that for sure. And he's obviously a decent player and has helped the Roosters win a premiership. So he's someone, if he can get around, get close to 80 minutes, I think he's going to be a good option, but you can wait and see on that one. So let's move to the halves, and there's a couple of decent options I have here. In terms of our team here, we've got Cleary, who I think is a clear captaincy option and a gun each year, 1.11 million, incredible. Schuster, you should have him. I spoke about him in the last video. O'Sullivan, I wouldn't be picking up at this stage. And let's move on to the rest of the squad. So, all right, up top we have DCE. Again, I probably wouldn't think to touch him. They don't play the round 13 bye, so I think it's getting too close to that to pick him up. Munster as well, he's going to miss a bunch of games over the Origin period. If you have him at this stage, you got to hold on. Probably wouldn't be targeting him at this stage. So there's a few guys I would target, and Johnson's not one of them at this stage. You'd want to wait on him. Again, he won't be playing Origin, so he could be a cool option. Do they play round 13? No, they don't. So he could be cool after round 13 bye. Something to think about there. Dylan Brown coming back from suspension is a really good option, along with Mitch Moses, and both around 709k and 684. Really cool options for your squad. Moses is a lot cheaper than he should be. with his lower scoring game and also his HIA assessment. So for him, I'd expect him to average around 60 and will end up being a keeper in your half position. It'd be really cool to look alongside a Cleary, for example. Won't be playing Origin and will be good for you. So they're the big dogs up there. Townsend, you're holding for another couple of weeks. Jerome Luai, I wouldn't think about bringing in. Nikorima and Hughes, same thing. Adam Dewey is someone who I think is a really cool option. Now has the dual in the wing fullback and the halves. If you're needing a wing fullback this week, I think it's an awesome opportunity to bring him in. I think he's going to be averaging around that 50-55. And if he can do that, as a wing fullback, and then if there's an injury, you can switch him to the halves later on in the year, that's going to be absolute gold. Playing round 13, I think he's a really cool option. So they're the three that I'll be targeting in the two Eels boys and him there. And then Fogs is another option as well. They obviously do play in round 13 as well, so that's why I'd definitely be holding him until then, and he's going to be a decent option. He's just been a little bit inconsistent at the moment, unfortunately. In terms of the rest of the guys, Burton should probably lose his spot very shortly. And then our cheaper guys, Dearden, no. Croker, no. Taylor, Moylan. Moylan's a trade out soon. That's about all with those guys. So yeah, I suppose we should probably talk about what's happening with the suspended players. This video is probably going to come out on Wednesday. So if I get anything wrong with the suspensions or what happens on Tuesday night, just bear with me with that one. But that's the Dewey thing's really cool. If we're sitting with Pap here, we have Momorowski's probably not going to play. So having someone with that dual position like a Dewey is going to be a pretty good option. Obviously got Tessie there sitting on the bench, and how are we going to cover this? If Mom doesn't play, Averillo comes in, we're going to need a wing fullback. And the question is going to be, are we going to bring in someone cheap like a Hampton, or would you bring in someone more expensive like a Dewey, or what can you do there? Do you go straight up to Ponga? Do you go like that? So I'll be doing the centers and the wing fullback video as well, which you'll see after this one. But yeah, really interesting thoughts on those types of players there. Let me know your thought on that type of video if that helps you guys out in making your decisions. I hope that does. And if you did enjoy it, please hit like and subscribe. I appreciate it muchly. And we'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a good one.